Welcome to Hashtime with Nabugozi Chiwanuka. This is a place where we help you unravel social constructs, discuss self-development in line with mental health, emotional well-being, and everything in between that directly or indirectly affects us in the millennial world around us. If you're hearing my voice for the first time and are the kind of person who is not scared of being a better version of yourself even if it requires you to contradict who you were 24 hours ago, consider this your virtual home. I'm your host, Nabugozi Chiwanuka, and I cannot wait to engage with you in the various conversations.
Goodbye's the saddest word I'll ever hear. Goodbye's the last time I will hold you near. Someday you'll say that word and I will cry. It'll break my heart to hear you say goodbye. This episode was supposed to happen a lot earlier. I think 2 weeks ago is when it was supposed to come out. We were supposed to officially say goodbye to season 4, but goodbyes are really hard. I've had a friend say that she doesn't like goodbyes. I've had a couple of people say that actually, but it's something that I think I've experienced with the podcast. When you are a creative, especially, not just me being a podcaster, when you are a creative, you have this kind of thing where you don't know how to let go of what you're doing. It's your child. There is this possessiveness that you do not want to let go. But I also come to a place of acknowledging the fact that it is very important for me to rest. And I've come to a place, I realized, much as it was hard for me to say goodbye immediately, I realized this year that it is a lot different from what it has been like in the past years of my podcasting. It was very hard for me to get breaks. If you see how last season ended, you can really see that I was struggling to let go of the season. But when I announced that 130 was the last episode, I left it at that. I did not try to create anything else. I was supposed to come on here and also communicate about what is going to be happening in the weeks of me being away. And what that is that we are going to have a recap of some episodes. I think I want to have the the current top 10 performing episodes so that we revisit these experiences. But before then, I want to bring forth one of the first episodes of the last season. And last season, I mean season 3, I think. Yeah, it must be. Yeah, it was season 3 where I hosted Patience Agaba. There is a drive going on for us to be able to raise funds for her to be able to get hearing aids, and I feel like it's very important for me. Patience is one of the people that would really, really, really love to listen to my podcast, but because of a challenge in her hearing, because she cannot hear, she misses out on most of this content. And so I would love for us to jump on this drive, be very supportive of her. You can always check out for this drive on most of our social media handles. I'm definitely going to be sharing that, and also on her personal accounts on social media. Please be supportive of her, be present for us. We can always build a helpful community. Each one help one. Then yes, before I totally say goodbye, allow me to say a massive thank you to everyone, each one of the guests that lent English. I would like to send a special and huge thank you to everyone that accepted to be on the podcast as a guest. You have shared, you have loaned us your experiences, and from that we have taken away lessons, life lessons that have helped us in our journey of growth. We are grateful for your stories. We are grateful for the time that you have given us. And then I would like to send out a special thank you to the listeners. My goodness. This year we have managed to go as far as we have spread our wings into 5 countries from where our guests come. And then when it goes to the listenership, we have grown to 91 countries in which the podcast is listened to. So definitely, my goal is to have 100 countries next year. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm praying and believing that this is something that is gonna happen. So I think that's all that I have to say for this last episode. I really would have wanted to speak more into the microphone, but allow me to come back fresher next year so that I can serve you better. The very first episode of 2024 will be live on the first Wednesday of February. So we have to wait until 7th February 2024. But before then, like I said before, we are going to have recaps of some of your favorite conversations. Ciao. Enjoy the rest of 2024, and I wish you the very, very best of this new year. NABU Network. Jesus Christ. I was going to say goodbye before talking about NABU Network. We registered officially a company, a mental health information services company. Right. Sometimes the word is so long it gets me confused. But we got NABU Network registered, and under NABU Network there is Hashtag with Nabuguzi, the podcast. There is Thriveys, a mental health product line, and then there is the Mental Health Garage, in which we have therapists giving us discounted services. Mental health services, mental health support. So yeah, this year has been massive. Woo! It has really been massive. We had the very first podcast live recording event. Sometimes I feel like I've not done enough. And then you start rolling back, and I think this is the importance of journaling, which I would really want for us to explore in 2024. When you start going back and thinking about all the other months that you've gone through in the year, you start realizing that there are so many beautiful things that we sometimes forget. So the podcast live recording event was such, woo! Oh my God, that was huge. That was brilliant. NABU Network has done great. The Mental Health Garage did great. Thriveys is doing massive things, and I would really, really love for you to support Thriveys. We still have the adult coloring books on sale, going at 25,000. I am having some kind of fights with the people that are in direct support of my work. They're asking me why I'm selling these books cheaply, and also the person who was a part of the production, the beginning of the production process. We had the discussion on the prices, and I was like, you know what? Since it's November, let us start with a sale, a discount of 5,000, so that I don't do 30,000. Let me just do 25. So after November, I'll just get the prices back up. But I failed to do that. I really want us to be able to afford these supportive items in our homes at a cheap price. Mental health services are quite expensive, and I also understand that the products that would help us to deal with life would equally be expensive. But where NABU Network comes in is for you to be able to have access to these things either at a free cost or a discounted price. So maybe I'll just leave the coloring books at the same price, and okay, maybe I can give it a couple of other days until we get to 100 days since the launch, so that we can all be able to jump onto the wagon that will make it possible for us to deal with 2024 in a healthy manner without leaning towards maladaptive coping mechanisms. Thank you so much. Asante sana, murakoze cyane. I am really, really, really grateful, and I look forward to engaging with you I really look forward to engaging with you in 2024. There is so much that is going to be coming out. I should have already launched another product under Thriveys, but I'm very considerate of the fact that January could be tough on us, so expect something to come out for you a few weeks to Valentine's. But for now, happy New Year. And as I close off this podcast, I would like to let you know that we have made it to the 4th year of podcasting as Hashtime with Nabuguzi Chiwanuka, with a total of 165 recordings. This is going to be the 166th recording published on the podcast. Ciao.